Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's about your love life. It's a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread to find out what's going on in your love life. Now, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it, it's good. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that's where you can also find your timestamps to fast forward to your readings. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? And this crystal is out with the Knight of Cups card here. Someone romancing you? Taking you on a date? Or would you like the flower, which is out with the hopeful card, the star? Hoping something's going to change, perhaps? Or would you like the shell? And the shell is out with the King of Pentacles, someone that's very stable, unchanging, doesn't want to make change, doesn't want to do that thing perhaps that you want to do. So take your pick now. Don't forget to click like as you're watching down there. Click on the subscribe button with that notification bell and drop me a message while you're down there in the comments too. I do 3 of these pick a card read love readings a week. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show as well, where I give mini reads for donations. Would love to see you in there. And I also do a daily energy update as well, which includes the new moons and the full moon. So check out my channel, click on the subscribe button with that notification bell for all of that good stuff. Enjoy your reading, and I'll see you in there. So if you chose the crystal along with the Lightseers Tarot deck, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, there is going to be a deeper dive to this, an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what's this reading all about? It's about a lot, apparently. You've got 3 cards out. Knight of Cups is about a romantic offer coming in, someone who wants to romance you. Could be a new person. It feels like a new person to me. Could be asking you out on a date or something like that, and you are not sure. You're not sure why, not sure if it's the bright, shiny offer that you've been waiting for, or is it another disappointing one? She has had lots of disappointing offers. All that seems to be available doesn't seem to be what she wants. She knows what she wants this, but she's disappointed. So you've got someone coming in here, Knight of Cups, and you're unsure as to whether this is a bright, shiny offer, or if it's just more of the same that you have been experiencing before. What is crossing you in this? So what's holding you back in this? The Page of Cups, the fantasy. Okay, I know what this is, right? Okay, so you're believing that you know what it is that you want, right? But you're thinking, this is the kind of energy you're like, I don't even know if it exists. What's the point in having a fantasy if I am, asking for the moon on a stick kind of thing? Am I asking for too perfect a person, or, is it even feasible? Is it even available to me? Is that kind of an energy? Some of you have been susceptible in the past to fantasy, to perhaps meeting someone, fantasizing that they're the person of your dreams kind of thing, and believing your fantasy and getting involved with them too early on, and then they reveal themselves to be actually who they always were all along. And then you feel slighted because they're not the fantasy that you had, and you think that they were lying to you, but really you were lying to yourself. It was the fantasy. So some of you have been susceptible to that in the past, and it could be is this the real life or is this fantasy? That could be where you're at the moment. It's like, am I fooling myself here? I've fooled myself before. Someone new is coming in, I'm thinking like, oh, dreamy. But is this just me being my old self, my old foolish self kind of thing, and thinking that they're perfect when they're not? Okay. How do things appear on the face of it? Well, it appears like they're your match. 2 of Cups. This is my person. This is my love offers coming in, and this is my person. It's like, yes, okay, so McDreamy's coming in here, but there's this undercurrent energy of like, but I fooled myself before, am I fooling myself again now? Well, you know what? You don't know, and you don't need to either. You don't need to have a reading to predict it. What you need to do is take it slowly and not invest too much too soon, and let them reveal themselves and let it unfold. There's no magic to this. A reading cannot tell you whether that person is the right person for you or not. What you need to do is find out yourself who they are. Be intrigued by them, finding out who they are, and then try and pull yourself back from that fantasy. You know what it's like. We meet someone new and then we just spend a load of time just like laying in a hammock going, oh, it could be this amazing person and we could have children together, all those fantasies. Stop yourself from doing that, from dwelling when you're by yourself on this person and the fantasy. What's really behind that? What's really behind this Two of Cups? Well, they've got a stable energy, yes. King of Pentacles, husband material. The Emperor, divine masculine. And the Queen of Cups, so someone that I could receive from. So, you are ascertaining that this person seems to have some stability here, some leadership kind of potential. It could be the divine masculine. It could be appearing as a whole rounded person to you. And you've been longing for someone like that, but you're ready to open up. Queen of Cups to receive this time. This could be someone that you can receive from. Now, interesting energies, because when we go back to this Page of Cups that's crossing you, this fantasy, when do we believe a fantasy about this? When we see an energy that is King of Pentacles, Emperor, and it's like, I can surrender to this person because they seem to have what it takes to completely take control of the situation, being that masculine kind of thing. Narcissists. And I'm not saying that this person is a narcissist, but we've got to be careful. We've got to be careful about diving in too soon. A narcissist will want you to dive in too soon. They'll appear to be this energy, and that could be what's scaring you now, is that it appears too good to be true, might be a narcissist. Well, yeah, it might be a narcissist. That's why we've got to take it slowly. We've got to take everything slowly. And if someone wants to rush you, that's a red flag in them. That means they're not this grounded whole person that you expect, because someone that's grounded and whole will not want to rush into anything. Someone that's grounded and whole has sorted out their life and they've got a really good life, and they're doing it for themselves, and they're giving themselves those things that they want, right? And so they're not just going to let anyone in. And so when they meet someone new, yes, you can be in the fantasy. It can seem like it's really good, and your first on first look kind of thing, your first experience of this person could give you a lot of hope. But you got to remember that people show us their best side first. We don't go on a date and just be like, being our full selves. We don't. We put our best foot forward. We get dressed up. We look nice. We're telling them about the good things in our life, our accomplishments. Everyone does that. So you cannot go off face value, and especially early days kind of thing. But you can enjoy that too. It's not like being pessimistic and go, I know that that's not true. You've got a mask on. We don't want to be like that. Enjoy the early days and this impression that you've got of them early days. But also know, not only might it be a fantasy that you've got, it might be a fantasy that they've got, that they can be this best version of themselves that they're putting forward. And just give it time. Give it time. You don't need to know beforehand whether it's the right one for you. So many people come to readings for that. Like, tell me, is this the right one or the wrong one? It's like, well, there's no such thing really. It's your behaviors. It's how you are in relationship. Relationship is a doing thing. That's like asking the question, like, is this business the one for me? Is this business going to be the one that makes me money? It's like, well, it depends what you're doing it. It depends if you work it. It depends about your strategy in it. It depends how you are in business with it and how you manage to serve as many people. It's not the business itself. There's no magic about the business name or the business. It's what you do within it. Same with relationships. There's no magic about the relationship. It's what you do within it. And this is saying, you might be fearing that fantasy, yes, but it doesn't matter. It's just like, well, enter into this relationship, get to know them organically, let it unfold. Don't let it hurt you when they start showing other sides of themselves. Just know that that's what we do. It takes us time to open up to other people, to show our true selves. Don't be hurt. Don't take that personally when someone doesn't turn out to be the fantasy. But be delighted if they show like that you like even more and more and more. Let it be a gradual unfolding, and don't invest and rush in with your heart too much. Don't believe the fantasy so much in your mind. Recent past energies. What's been going on in your past, crystals? Ten of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. You've had to be in the stability yourself and walk away from other things, and that's been painful. So you've had lots of endings, lots of people where it didn't work out, or perhaps you have been taking it slowly and people lasted like 2 weeks of you talking to them, and then it's like, no, they're not the one for me. They're showing all these red flags, they're not the one for me. So you've had painful endings there, but you're stable in yourself, Queen of Pentacles, so that's good. So there's been a lot of no's, there's been a lot of you rejecting them, and perhaps you being rejected as well for some of you. Near future. What's the near future energy coming in? Oh, High Priestess. You being attuned to your intuition. The High Priestess keeps secrets as well. She is alluring because she's not putting it all out there. She's being a little bit mysterious. She's letting people work to find out, work to get through her layers, Invest in me once, I'll tell you a little bit of it. Invest in me more, I will talk to you deeper. I will, it's letting people in slowly and letting them deserve. What am I trying to say? Only divulging your information on a par with the investment that they've made. If someone wants to invest a little bit, okay, invest a little bit back. Tell them a little bit about yourself. If they want to invest even more, get to know you, tell them a little bit more. But keep something back is what this is saying. It's like, keep something back. You don't owe someone your life story and everything about you. You don't need to impress this person, right? Is what this is saying. You can hold things back. Let them earn your openness. Interesting. So, this reading is about that Knight of Cups. What else is it about? About justice. About your true match, what was going to bring you balance. A partner, an equal partner. Justice is also about making good decisions for yourself. Decisions not based on feelings, but decisions based on balance, on whether something's fair for you. So if someone's not treating you right, or if they're not really the kind of person that you want to be with, you don't stick around and wait for them to change. You don't tell them about it and like, can you just change this, please? No, you don't do that. You just go, okay, I'm going to make a bad decision for that. I'm going to walk away. Even if you really love someone, if they're not coming forward and investing and choosing you or treating you right, the Justice card says, I make a decision that's fair for me and I'm going to walk away from this one. Even though it hurts my heart, I'm going to walk away from it because I deserve better than that. What are your fears? Okay, the Four of Swords and the Ten of Cups. The Four of Swords is about healing. And there's twofold in your fears here. It could be that you haven't healed enough yet, that you're not whole enough yet for a relationship, for the happily ever after relationship. So you might be thinking, I've still got blocks, or have I still got like stuff going on in me that means that I'm not ready for this. This means like I've got another lesson relationship. Can I take another lesson relationship? Because it is painful, right? Lesson relationship. So there's that fear that perhaps you're not healed enough yet. The other fear is there any such thing as a fully healed person? And if someone isn't fully healed, at what extent are you willing to invest to help them to heal, to be that person? Because it's not a good thing to want someone to change, right? But nobody's perfect either, and we're all on these journeys and we're going to unfold and grow together, right? Hopefully. So you've got to expect them to be perfect. At what length? How much are you willing? If you're afraid that you're willing to help them out, to help them heal, to help them to change, and that's not healthy for you. So this could be some kind of a balance that you are juggling with at the moment. It's like, well, I want to be my loving, nurturing, giving self that helps people, but that has worked against me in relationships. I shouldn't have been so willing to do that, but I need to be a bit willing to do that. Where is that line? And when we're finding that line of balance, we go to extremes, right? We're like, I'll do anything for anyone, like up there at that one extreme. First of all, it's like, oh, how I get into terrible relationships with people that are making an effort. If I do that, I'm going to shut down completely and not be willing to do a thing. And it's like, oh, well, I don't get into a relationship at all if I do that. And so, okay, I will be willing again. And it's like, oh, no, it's still a little bit too much. And this is the way we do it. This is how we find balance, by trying it. So you might be ready for another relationship. And yes, it might be a lesson relationship. But the lesson relationships give us practice at this stuff. They give us practice at this stuff. So that you can have your happily ever after. Yes, you might not be healed enough. Yes, they might not be either. You might be too willing still, or you might not be willing enough still to invest in a relationship at the right balance level for you. But you're going to get practice at it. What are your hopes? The Hermit. The Hermit card, yes, it's about being alone, and I don't think you're hoping to be alone. Hermit card is also about following your own path, dancing to the beat of your own drum. We all have a unique path in life, and people that are right for us. Other people wouldn't choose it, right? If you think about all your friends, the person that's going to be right for you isn't going to be right for your best friend. It's not going to be right for all of your other friends too. They're just going to be uniquely right for you. And we all know that, right? We can pick who would be right for someone else, and knowing that they're not right for us, right? You're hoping for someone like unique, that is right for your path, that wants the same things at the same time as you, and all of that kind of thing. It's a good card. It's like that unique card in the cat deck. And you're hoping to put all these burdens down, because it's hard work having to be conscious of all this stuff. It's hard work dating when you're conscious of all this stuff, right? It's like you're juggling it inside. You're questioning yourself. You're trying to analyze everyone and everything and yourself at the same time. It's like, can't it just be easy? Can't we just fall in love? Can't I just meet someone and fall in love? So you want to put those burdens down. Just meet someone that's right for you, uniquely right for you. It's on your path, kind of thing. Yeah. So let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to reveal these outcome cards in the deeper dive read. I will also be getting cards out from the love decks that are back here as well to give you more information. We'll be getting timing cards out for the future stuff that's coming in as well for you. And what else? That's about it. That'll be in the deeper dive. Well, let's get your outcome cards out first, because it's not really. There's one. Cards. I say cards because I'm going to get a progression out, perhaps 5 or 6, that tell you a story of the outcome here. Okay. Your path forward. Wow. Okay. Got 3 major arcanas so far. That's full on. I think it was major. Yes, 3 major arcanas. Woo! Got it going on. 4. That's not major. Oh, that's good. Then, okay. And then, one more, please. For the outcome cards for our crystals. Wow, okay. Another major arcana there. So, wow, you've got powerful cards coming out here in your outcome. This is a transformative time for you at the moment. If you want to find out what these cards are, and the whole story there, along with timings of what's coming in and more information to help you out here, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If it sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder, anywhere like that. Check those places. And in that email, once you find it, you will see that there's a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on your device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Leave a comment, click on that subscribe button with that notification bell. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower along with the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread, find out what's going on in your love life at the moment. Now, as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we're popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what's this reading all about? You got 3 cards too. Crystal's had 3 cards at the start. This is about wishful thinking. It's about having hope, 7 of Voices, deception, and the 8 of Materials. About investments paying off. You're hoping. It's this 7 of Voices, I don't like it. In the 7 of Voices card, 7 of Voices is all about deception, right? And she's there kind of in the darkness, hoping that it's a bridge to the light. But you see all these foxes around. It's like cunning. It's like, it's not really true. It's fooling yourself, deceiving yourself by being hopeful that something is going to pay off. If I stick with this one, it'll pay off. You know that feeling when you're with someone and it's hard and you're having to teach them and help them out so much, and they end up breaking up, and then you find out that they get married. Like 6 months later, they're getting married to someone else, and it's like, after all the hard work I put in, someone else is benefiting from it. Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Someone might just not have seen those same red flags or whatever to be putting the work in. Now, be careful what you wish for here. Because if you're trying to win at a relationship and gain a person, you might be careful what you wish for. You might not be getting what you truly want. So you're hopeful that something's going to pay off. So you're standing by someone or putting up with something or hoping that they'll change or something like that. What's crossing you in this? What's hindering you? 4 of Inspiration, the Page of Inspiration. Some of you could be married to them and you're hoping that it's going to change. Page of Inspiration, or some of you are hoping to get married to this person. Your person could be married as well. There's something deceptive about here. Something you're not seeing clearly. Something that means that it's not going to happen is what it feels like to me. Your hope is misplaced here with that 7 of Voices card, and you're investing 8 of Materials into something that's not going to yield the results. Well, it's not going to yield the results in this relationship. It's going to teach you something for sure, so it always yields results, right? But there's something about dreaming about marriage or being married and locked in, or they're married and you're thinking because it's an unhappy marriage they're going to do something about it and then come to you. So a few different scenarios that this energy could be about here. You're going to have to take it as it resonates with you, if it does resonate with you, of course. Okay, so how do things appear on the face of it in this situation? How do things appear on the face of it? Could be very connected with this person, like similar to this person, have a lot of like lifestyle things or interests that are the same. There's some reason that you think this is a good match, even though there's a lot here saying it's not. Heartbreak is on the face of it. Perhaps you've resigned yourself to letting this person go and it's breaking your heart because you think if something changed, perhaps in marital status, that this could be good. But again, this is false hope. 7 of Voices with this, the Star card is false hope. You're investing under false hope here. 3 of Voices, so it's heartbreaking on the face of it. What's really behind that? This is like unrequited love, someone that you can't be with. Not really unrequited love. I think there's love on both sides, but you can't be together. It's an impossible situation. Page of Voices, both looking at each other, both focused on each other. This reading, it's got the energy of two people that are unhappy where they're at. One perhaps married, perhaps both married. Both looking at each other, feelings for each other. Instead of like sorting your own lives out and making the changes. Both kind of wanting an out by fantasy, by way of focusing on another and pretending that that's a real relationship, which it isn't. It could be an affair that we're talking about here. But it doesn't have to be. With that Page of Voices, it's just kind of looking at each other from afar. Voyeur into someone's life and then thinking that you're right for them. A relationship is an actual thing. It's a process. It's relating to someone. It's how we are together. It's getting to know someone and how the dynamics are. It's not about, is this a good or bad person? It's about, how do we gel together? How do we relate to each other? Does this work? Not everyone is right for each other. You could be like the best person and able to have like great relationship skills, able to have great relationships with a certain kind of person. You could get together with someone equally, just like that. But it doesn't mesh. Your relationship styles don't mesh. You can't ascertain that by looking from the outside at someone else. This reading, it feels like you're looking at someone that's married to someone else. You're thinking like, I could be married to them, and because you've got something in common with them, or your lifestyles match, or something like that, and you think you're more suited to them than their partner is. It's something like that, but it's not true. A relationship is about relating to each other. You don't know how you're going to be in a relationship with that person, and if they're in a relationship that isn't working out, then that shows that there's something weird about them. There's something wrong there. If they're not doing it for themselves, that doesn't make them an ideal person in relationship. Recent past energy. What's the recent past energy here? Ace of Emotions. You fell in love with each other. You fell in love with each other. On looking at each other. It's obsession. This is obsession, or what's the other word for it? Where you kind of like a fan kind of thing. Being a fan of somebody. Obsession, infatuation is what it is. It's infatuation. It feels like falling in love, but it's falling in infatuation. Yes. Very enticing, but it's not real. Not a real relationship. But you're thinking that it could be. This reading is kind of saying it can't be. What's in the near future? Near future energies coming in. Seven of Materials. You've got to invest in something. There's going to be a level of investment there. Working towards something. Give us more on this. Oh, I just want another card, because really I want to know if it's this same energy then. Waiting. It is. It's the same energy as them. So you're going to invest more, wait for them kind of thing. In the near future. So not much change going on here in the near future. What else is this reading about? So it's about false hope. What else is it about? It's about false hope and investing in the wrong person. What else is it about? Chaos and conflict inside of yourself. So part of you is like, I know I should let go of this person and I've tried to, but I just can't. It feels like they're right for me. Internal conflict here. I want to be with them, I don't want to be with them. I know I should let them go and I can't let them go. I know I shouldn't watch them anymore, but I do. I should block them, but I can't do that. I'm not ready to take that stage yet. It's that kind of an energy. What are your fears then? What are you scared of here? Six of Inspiration. Six of Inspiration is about being seen. You're afraid to be seen with this person. you're afraid of winning this person, because the Six of Inspiration isn't just about winning, it's about being seen to win. Because if you've been seen to win, that means that that relationship broke up, and you might be then villainized for that. So there's something about the winning of this that's a bit a little bit a little bit icky energy, and you're afraid of that. The ramifications of winning in this relationship, of getting them, and what that means. Wow, Page of Materials, and you feel like you're afraid that it's not going to be enough for you. So if you do win them, and then you're in a relationship with them, it's like, actually, this is not for me. It very much feels like the affair, but if you're actually with them, it'd be like, no, it's not everything. It's infatuation, and then when it comes down to it, it's not what you want. That's what you're afraid of anyway. Not to say that it's true, but if you're afraid of it, then it might be worth dwelling on your fears for a while in this relationship and go, actually, do I want this? Do I really want this? What are your hopes? The happily ever after, for your hearts to be fulfilled. Hopes that they come in with a love offer. Okay, well, let's get your outcome cards. Let's see how this ends then. It could go either way, really. I mean, in your near future energy, it's more waiting. It's more like having to wait, investing more time in waiting, hanging about, not moving on with your life, not getting to know someone else. I'm getting some cards out here for your outcome. I'm going to reveal them in the deeper dive read, and along with other cards too. The other cards I'm going to get out on these decks back here, love cards, give you more information, more guidance, and all of that kind of thing. Also message cards from your person and any other person that's coming in as well. Find out what they've got to say for themselves. We're going to be getting timing cards out for the future thing. So how's this ending? What is the outcome for all of this? I'll get about 6 cards out here. 7. That one, and then that one. Okay, you've got 7 outcome cards here. 6 outcome cards here. A very interesting story it tells too. So if you want to find out what they are, if this sounds like it is your story, could be a story, and you want even more, then you might want to get that deeper dive, find out what they are, and much more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So there you go, that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like on this video before you click off. Leave a comment, click on the subscribe button with that notification bell. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread to find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, Shells is going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we're popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what is this reading all about? It's about the King of Pentacles. It's about marriage material, very stable kind of person, got a good career, they're good on paper, they are stable, and yeah, a good egg all round. So you got someone like that in your life? What is hindering you in this? What's hindering you is the Fool. You want some excitement and new adventure. Okay, so you guys, you could be in a relationship at the moment, got your eyes on someone, but they're very stable and not attracted to you, that like that stable energy, it's husband material kind of thing. But you've got this fiery side, this adventurous side. It's like you might have found someone stable and then want to entice them into adventures, that kind of thing. Change them. And there's not anything particularly bad with that, you know. It is nice to have a mixture. We're all everything. We've got earth, water, air, fire in us, all of us, right? And it's nice to have that balance. But it's working against you, is what that's saying in the Fool and that. So you're wanting like this new start to do something perhaps risky with this person. They might not be up for it because of the stability. Let's see how are things looking on the face of it. 7 of Pentacles. You've invested, you've planted seeds with this person, you've started something out. This has got the kind of an energy where you're dating someone and you're like, I want to go traveling, do you want to come traveling with me? And they're like, no, I'm working this job, I don't want to do it. It's like, oh, come on. And we've planted these seeds, you've given the idea, they might be considering the idea of going traveling with you and all of that. It's the energy of you planting a seed in someone for change that you probably know isn't really what they want, because if they're not doing it for themselves, they don't really want it. I'll tell you a story. I had a partner 6 years and a great relationship, but I kind of outgrew him, and we had these ideas. Really, it was me. I had these ideas of living on a yacht, of traveling half the time, and because I built my business up so I can do it from anywhere, and so I had all of these dreams and everything. And of course, he was Mr. Stable, great relationship, but I'd be like, you want to do this? Who's going to say no to that? It sounds great, doesn't it? But when it comes down to it, was he doing it for himself? No, he wasn't. Why? Because it's not really what he wants. You'd be hard pressed to find someone that didn't say no to that, right? Because it sounds great, and it was great. I did live it myself. But was he doing it for himself? No. And if people aren't doing it for themselves and making those decisions for themselves, then who are you to entice them to do it along with you? You want company along with this ride, then you need to find someone else that's doing it. We ended up breaking up. And because I talked to him about it, going, I've got all these plans, I want to do all these things, and you're not coming, are you? And he's like, I knew that this was going to happen. He said, I knew 6 months ago that this was going to happen. You need to go off and do those things. I'm not the person that's doing them with you. And it's so interesting because it was just a few weeks later that I met, or perhaps a couple of months later, that I met the person that was already doing those things, and we got together. And the one that I got together with then, he was already living that. He had the same story. He had these dreams and he was married. And his wife said, yeah, I want to do those. But when it came down to it, when he bought that yacht and he's like, okay, let's do it then. She's like, I don't want to. And the marriage broke up. He went and did it by himself. And so we had really similar stories, right? It's like, you can't entice someone to live your dreams with you, but you can find someone that's in alignment with those dreams too. So you planted the seed in somebody's stable. What's really behind that is it's breaking it up. It's a breakup. We're talking about a breakup. This is so similar to that situation I just told you about. That's what the energy is. It makes it fall apart. So even though it's like, this should be a good thing now, we do this thing together. Whether it's going traveling or living on a yacht, or buying a house, a new adventure, having children, it's a new adventure you're enticing, but they're stable, they know it's not their energy, and it ends up breaking you up. And that could be like, you don't want to hear this, it's like, oh, well, maybe I should give up on my dreams then. Don't do that either. Oof. Recent past energy. What's the recent past energy? Page of Wands. It's that start of the passion, it's the fire, it's the dream that hits you, it's that inspiration that hits, and it's like, I really want to do this. So you got inspired to do something, to have an experience, to start something new, to try something new, and your stable person you're with, they're not into it. You planted the seed in them, tried to get them into it, but it's actually breaking the relationship apart. Which isn't a bad thing. I know it kind of is. It's difficult to go through breakups. And if you're not in like a solid relationship with this person, if you're just dating them, it might just kind of show you that they haven't got the same dreams as you. And that's tricky, because if you're sharing your dreams, people are going to say yes to it. Of course they're going to say yes to it. For example, if I say, it's not true, but if I say I'm determined to be a multimillionaire, right? And I'm on that trip, and if I tell like a date that, it's like, is that what you want too? Who's going to say no to that? Of course they're going to say yes to it, but are they making themselves a multimillionaire themselves? Probably not. But if you met somebody, and if you've truly in that energy, and then you met someone and they say, I'm going to be a multimillionaire, I'm going to do these things, and I'm building up this business, you were like, oh, me too. Then it's like, hell, let's do this together, you know? It's totally different than trying to entice someone into your dream. So when you share your dreams, beware of the person that says yes, especially if they're not doing it themselves. Near future energy, you've got the King of Cups, someone that loves you. Ooh. Tell us more about this King of Cups. Rushing towards you, making a move. Oh, someone, yeah. Could be talking about travel, someone that wants to travel with you here. Someone that's a yes, a hell yes straight away, and they love you and they love that energy. They're not judging you. Perhaps your King of Pentacles here is saying, are you sure that you really want to travel and do those things? You know, they're telling you the downsides of it, going, you sure you really want to do that? So they're trying to whip your dreams out from underneath you. Here you've got someone coming and going, oh yeah, girl, that energy, yes, those dreams, absolutely love that. Let's go do that thing. Yes, they're a hell yes kind of a person because they're already in that energy. What else is this reading about? It's about the King of Pentacles. It's also about taking a rest, relax, not making it mean so much. It's taking a step back, relaxing about it. It's not your mission in life to make this relationship work. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you need to fix it or make it work. If you're not in alignment, you're not in alignment. And you might need to just lay on the moon for a while, give it a rest, perhaps take some space from that person to realize that. And it could be a great relationship. Like my relationship was great emotionally and all of that. It was a great relationship. But I had all these dreams, and to be my true self, I needed to do these things. I needed to be moving to a tropical island and doing that, you know. I needed to do that. I'm an entrepreneurial spirit. I've got that in me. And to be true to myself, as much as I'm attracted to the stability, I've got a lot of fire in my chart, and that is truly who I am. Another thing is, when I'm truly who I am, I'm only able to be truly who I am with all that fire energy once I'd overcome the trauma. When I was more traumatized, I was looking for more stability like this. The more stability that I got, I felt better about myself, then I'd get into my fiery energy again. So you might be in different energies depending on trauma or stuff like that. And taking a step back might be what you need to do now to ascertain what's real, who you really are, who they really are, this situation. Is this relationship truly right for you? You shouldn't need to convince people that they want the same things as you. Right? What are your fears in this? Six of Pentacles, reciprocation. That they don't reciprocate, that they do reciprocate. There's going to be no one that reciprocates. Well, you've got someone reciprocating here. So you're afraid that there isn't anyone right for you, and you've got to like drag this one along on the ride of your life. Very attractive right now. So you're kind of afraid that you're very attractive right now, meaning all kinds of people want to be with you because of your good energy, and that makes it difficult for you to ascertain who's right for you. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. Your attractiveness, it could be a good thing if you are willing to kind of sift through the candidates to find out, what other hopes and dreams are. And be careful about sharing yourself too soon. In other words, don't share those hopes and dreams. Let the other person share their hopes and dreams a little bit. Don't impress someone by telling them your highest hopes and dreams. Because like I said, you can tell someone that you're going to be a multimillionaire, and you're dead set on doing that, you're making it happen. Everyone's going to say yes to that. They're going to be wanting to be a bit of that, want a bit of that, even if they're not doing it themselves. And you don't want that, someone that wants to just come along for the ride. It's gold digger kind of energy, you know. So don't try and impress people with your energy. Hold back your good stuff, your biggest dreams and all of that until you get to know them more. What are you hoping for? You're hoping for, yes, someone that wants to jump through that fiery ring with you on a horse. Someone that wants to do that same awesome shit that you want to do. That's what you want. Yes, I agree with you. Are you a fire sign? Let me know in the comments below. Kind of feels like that. A fire sign that's been hurt, so they're choosing a stable kind of a person. That's what it feels like to me, even though the stable person isn't really right for you. And then once you're with a stable person, you come out of your shell into your fiery energy, and you're like that. Come on, stable person, now I'm feeling better about myself. Come and be a fiery person with me. And they're like, oh, but I'm a stable person. But you want a fiery person. Ace of Wands, there you go. Someone that wants an adventure with you. Someone that wants a passionate lifestyle with you. That's what you want. That's what you're hoping for. Yes, I agree with you there. Okay, so let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to be revealing these outcome cards in the deep dive reading, that extended reading. I'm going to get about 6 of them out, I think, for your extended reading, to give you an idea of the outcome. So you've got, ooh, okay, kind of surprises me, but I guess it's one attempt. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got a bit of a roller coaster here. I think you're going to be trying all kinds of things by the look of it. I'll go into it in the deeper dive. Oh, nice. And then I will also be getting message cards out from your person as well. If you've got someone new coming in, I'll be getting message cards out from them too. We're getting cards out from these love decks back here as well to give you more guidance. I need more than that. You've got 6 cards out here, but I can't leave it hanging on that card. That's better. That's a better way to end things. Okay, so 7 outcome cards here. As I said, I'll be getting cards out for guidance for you from all of these decks back here. Message cards out from your people. And timing card out for what's coming in for you as well. If you are interested in finding out if this sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive or even more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder, any of those places the email provider stashes your emails away, so you can't find them. Once you find that email, there's a link in it to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click on the subscribe button with that notification bell and leave me a comment while you're down there. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly.